the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Back 99, Philly. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a gain there of 11 yards. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Another pistol look here. And they'll go on the ground. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They go play action here on first down. Backing up to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Let's go. Blue, Landon. Over. Detroit.
Now back to throw. Deep drop. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here we go. White, 92. Black round. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So it's halftime here in New Orleans where the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Landry now on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got time. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, Landy. Blue, Landy. Leopard.
He'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Play action. They'll throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. A good pickup there at 22.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Come on, let's go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. They complete it to Hill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, oh, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team owns it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Rams getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man. That's Landry. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will get the football at their 20. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And it's a fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. A strong running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard offensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go. What? Nine. What? Nine.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Saints are going to get a first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll come out in the pistol.
What? Nine. What? Nine. Let's round. Ohio.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. 3 yards to go here on second down.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. On the give, this is their fullback. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Thought he may have gotten away with one there, but the ref caught him, and it's holding.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Forced out to his left. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And quickly, they get to the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now, do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Point after here coming up. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short. And that is how this